Focus story at 5 p.m. India has raised the issue of Lakhvi's release with Pakistan. Ministry of External Affairs summoned Abdul Basit after Islamabad High Court cancelled Zakir Rahman Lakhvi's detention orders. Islamabad Anti-Terrorism Court had granted bail to Lakhvi citing lack of evidence against him in the Mumbai attacks on 18th December. But before he could be released from jail, the government detained him for 3 more months under the public maintenance order. That order has now been cancelled.
उनसे पूछिए ना, उनसे क्यों पूछते हैं? उन्होंने बुलाया, आप उनसे पूछिए आप.
Any assurance from the Pakistan government that you will take up the issue, sir?
What kind of meeting did you have? I mean, was it about Lakhvi?
So will the government again challenge? Will the government challenge again the detention?
Ask her, please. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Here at South Block in the Ministry of External Affairs, Pakistan's High Commissioner to India, Abdul Basit, was summoned on Monday afternoon. He was here for almost 15 to 20 minutes. Indian Foreign Secretary Sujata Singh there lodging a very strong protest on the issue of Islamabad High Court, of course, allowing Lakhvi to, in a way, walk scot-free. Remember, he was first given bail by the anti-terror court, and then the Pakistan government detained him under the maintenance of public order, which was quashed by the Islamabad High Court. When he was given bail, of course, previously we saw strong reactions come in, not just from the Ministry of External Affairs, but even from the Home Minister, the Defence Minister. The matter was raised in the Indian Parliament as well. Now, India reiterating that, of course, if Lakhvi is allowed to walk scot-free, keeping in mind that the 2611 trials have really progressed at a sluggish, snail pace in Pakistan, this will impact bilateral relations as well. So will the Pakistan government take some further steps in a way to challenge this very act of Lakhvi being able to walk free, the man whom Pakistan himself, of course, themselves have been saying the mastermind of the 2611 carnage, somebody who plotted and, of course, conspired against India and the innocents who were killed in those attacks? Will Pakistan government show some resolve to fight this terror and this terrorist as well? Is something that India will wait and watch. With video journalist Tahir Chaudhary here in New Delhi, this is Smita Sharma for Headlines Today.
Lots of reactions coming in at this point of time from India. We are also joined at this juncture by Sultan Ali from Pakistan. He's a defence expert. Mr. Ali, the one question I'd really like to ask you is what kind of message do you think this sends out to India and across the world when somebody like the 2611 mastermind Zakir Rahman Lakhvi has been allowed to walk free out of jail?
Well, to start with, this action has not been taken by the government of Pakistan. So it is not the government of Pakistan which is trying to send out any message either to India or
Mr. Ali, where was the government prosecutor? Why wasn't he present? He didn't argue the case. There was nobody in court.
That is a very valid question, but the point remains that it is
there in itself lays bare the sincerity of Pakistan government, sir.
No, look. The government of Pakistan has resolved to fight terrorists of all ilk and all shades because Pakistan itself is under terrible pressure because of the heinous acts of these terrorists. And if Mr. Zakri has walked out of the jail because of justice, I'm sure the government of Pakistan is going to take an action. Whether you request us or not, we ourselves are responsible to see that Mr. Jar, after all, when he received a bail on the 18th of December, it was the government of Pakistan which put him behind bars again under the maintenance of public order ordinance. So I personally think that the government of Pakistan will take action on this. And as you rightly said in your opening comments, that it's a question of wait and see. So give it a chance.
No, okay, I have a very basic question, sir. You said that the government of Pakistan is extremely serious to fight terrorism. Now, and also the various statements that various people have been making, including your Prime Minister. So that prompts me to my next question. Why didn't the government prosecutor deem it fit to represent the government in court today? Wasn't it a matter serious enough?
The matter is extremely serious, and the government prosecutor should have been there. And
doesn't it not reflect the seriousness of the government? He's a representative of the government. Doesn't it not reflect the seriousness of the government, sir?
I'm sure there must be a good reason for it. I'm not responsible for the government's action, but like you, I'm also disturbed by it. And this is a question I'm personally, as a journalist, as an analyst, I'm going to raise that why the government prosecutor was not there. Because if the matter is serious, if the government is serious, they might as well at least look into it. That why is he walking off once again from the presence of the jail?
All right, appreciate you joining us, Mr. Ali. Many at back home in India, no matter the kind of lip service that has been paid by Pakistan from various agencies, including the Prime Minister, do feel that clearly the Pakistan government not serious to actually combat terror, or once again they are differentiating on what they've always called good and bad terrorists. I want to also immediately cut across to my colleague Hamza Amir. He's been tracking developments in Pakistan on the latest coming in on the story. Hamza, you know, one fails to completely comprehend the absence of the government prosecutor today in court.
Well, yes, in fact, this is something that even in Pakistan, just like Mr. Hali said, that, it's difficult to understand. While on one side, Pakistan talks about India-Pakistan relations, talks about counter-terrorism. On the other hand, they actually, fail to contest that their recommendation on detaining Zakir Rahman Lakhvi. And at the same time, the courts are actually, banging the government hard by saying that they're actually flouting court's orders, and the court has actually given him a bail. Now, it comes back on the question on the same, that is Pakistan government and judiciary on the same page as far as terrorism is concerned, because a court gives him a bail after 5 years of jail. That also on lack of evidence. And what was the 5 years about? What development were there? And then diplomatic channels where dossiers have been given, have they actually been gone ahead to the courts or not? A very serious question that Pakistan will have to come up with a very logical and very sensible answer, because these questions are very, very, very difficult, and they're not only from India, now being raised in Pakistan also.
Well, appreciate you joining us, Hamza. Of course, people do really not quite waiting for an explanation from Pakistan. Many were expecting this to happen. We'll, of course, keep tracking developments there. I thank Hamza Amir, my colleague back in Pakistan, reporting on that story.